Hello and welcome back everyone to Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black and this is more Kerbal's Space Program. Today I am setting out on a sort of sub-series within this one that I've been looking forward to for quite a while now. I mentioned in the first episode that I wanted to try my hand at recreating essentially Kerbalized versions of real-world aircraft, and I have a particular fascination with fighter planes from around the world. Like I said, it kind of comes with the territory of having an Air Force dad when I grew up, especially one that always wanted to be a pilot and didn't make it. So he had a lot of books of essentially stuff that he wanted to fly but never did. And I, of course, as a kid was looking at those going, this is really cool. So since I was like essentially able to read, which was rather early, even as a kid, I've always had a fascination for aircraft. So, fair warning, you guys, you probably will see more aircraft content from my Kerbal videos than necessarily rocketry. However, one of these days, we're going to the moon. Moon or bust. As well as, you know, probably to the sun, because things happen. But before we really get started, I want to show you guys my first attempt at having you know what, we're gonna delete the Hooter because that's just an embarrassment in more ways than one. My first attempt at recreating a real-world aircraft. It was sort of my acid test for, can I do more creative projects than just making something that doesn't explode, which you guys have seen I'm so good at so far. Was it the Angry Mongoose? I don't recall. Yes, it is. Alright. This was my attempt to basically try and make what amounts to a Kerbalized F-22. It's not exact. However, I was quite happy with the way that this one came out. I do think, however, that I may make a little adjustment. However, no, I don't think I can, because I seem to remember the turbojets not reacting too well to ordinary intakes. Am I remembering that correctly? I don't know. Well, let's give it a quick little flight, just so that I can actually demonstrate that I do have some competence at this game. I've done a rather poor job at demonstrating that so far. But, let us go. Oh, it's Bill! Is Jebediah out somewhere in a pile of wreckage? Probably. Probably. This is definitely very likely. So, in my recreation of an F-22, obviously there's no such thing as, you know, stealth mechanics in this game, so it's just based purely upon, you know, engine count and shape. But it's got the small profile, the sort of wedge wings, and twin engines, as well as being a front-scooped aircraft. So, like I said, not perfect, not exact, but this is my attempt at an F-22, and to my surprise, especially when I first made it, this thing is actually remarkably maneuverable, despite having rather small wings, and therefore limited control surfaces. So, I think, before I completely dismiss this and start upon this video's real project, I think I'm going to test myself. I'm going to see if I can actually land this thing. But oh no! Oh no! We're not landing at the airstrip. No! No, that would be way too easy. We are going to try and land on that little island way over yonder. You can kind of see, even from here, that's a little landing strip over there. But it's the kind that you would ordinarily set down a little one-engine prop plane in the forests of Brazil when you've made some really terrible life choices and a dubious television network has given you a show to go and hunt down river monsters. I'm sorry, Jeremy Wade. I'm sorry. I love your show, but good God, man. Good God. Alright. Let's see. I'm on a pretty okay approach. I'm not at the greatest of angles, but I've actually got relatively good control over the aircraft at this angle. Alright, let's see how this goes. Bill, you look worried. You have little faith in my flight abilities, do you? I promise, Bill. I'm an okay pilot. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm amazing. I'm not even gonna say I'm good, but I'm okay. I mean, we've put planes down before, Bill. We weren't recording. We didn't have the pressures of the cameras. But we've done this, Bill. Oh, wait, no, we haven't. That was always with Jeb. Never mind. Bill, you're going into unknown territory. And for that, I'll write your wife. Don't look so scared. Don't look so scared. I'll write to let her know that you want a medal. For valor. For letting me pilot your aircraft. Okay. So now we're on a pretty solid approach. Let's basically almost kill the engines. It might help if I put the gear down. Little things. Little things. Just a little touch. Oh god. Oh god, no! Oh shit! We're just gonna spinny roundy on the way down. There we go. We're on the landing strip. Nailed it. So seeing as my attempt at recreating an F-22 Raptor went so exceedingly well, I think it's time to try my next project. What are we doing now? I am going to attempt to create a rather similar aircraft, seeing as I kind of know how to at least get that one to work, and I can kind of take ideas from it. I'm going to try to create an F-18 Super Hornet, the sort of double cockpit version. Unfortunately, there are no extended bubble canopies in this game, at least not without mods. I'm not even sure if there are with mods, but the closest I can approximate to that is to take the Mark I cockpit with the little nice nose cone here, and then add a Mark II behind it, so that it sort of approximates a double cockpit. It's gonna look a little bit goofy, I allow, but like I said, guys, I'm working with stock pieces here, so let's see, what am I gonna need? I'm gonna need double engines, because it's a twin-engine aircraft. I can't use thrust-vectored engines, because I don't believe the Super Hornet actually has that. And let's see. It's going to, of course, need the double rear stabilizing control surfaces. I don't know that there's any way, because I don't think there are hinges in this game, that I can actually make the carrier-style liftable wings. So it's just going to have to be a fixed-wing version of an F-18, but we'll see what I can do. Okay, I've stuck on my bicoupler here so that I can get a twin-engine rig centered behind the cockpit, but it occurs to me, I'm not sure how I'm actually going to get, like, the side air scoop working. I may be able to use this one, the engine nacelle, and then use WASD to kind of rotate it. No, not like that. I don't want to point it backwards. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's turn symmetry on. Is that gonna work? Yeah, that's acceptable, I think. I mean, that isn't quite the right placement. I'll probably, in post, slap up some images of what an actual F-18 looks like, for those of you who are not nearly as fighter savvy as I am, so that you can compare how disparate these designs are. I've got a pretty good image in my head, but I don't have any reference materials on hand, so I'm literally designing this after an F-18 based purely upon my own memory. Alright, this is starting to come together. That's not terrible. I think I've actually got a pretty good central fuselage here. And a proper twin-engine arrangement. We're getting somewhere. Now which of these actually approximates an F-18's wing profile? I don't know. Would it be a standard canard? No, that's way too small. It's not a delta because F-22s do not have, not F-22s, F-18s do not have deltas. They certainly don't have swept wings. However, spoilers guys, future episodes, this is definitely going, because how could I not, to be put forward toward attempting to create, again, a similar twin-engine fighter aircraft that is carrier-based. The F-14 Fighting Tomcat. Fighting Tomcat is not its name, it's just the F-14 Tomcat, but for some reason, my brain went straight to Fighting Falcon, and that's not the right one. That's the F-16. Alright, what should I... Well, that's the right shape, but it's not nearly big enough. That will be good for the tail stabilizers, though. So I think we'll slap those on now. There we go. Alright, that looks like an F-18's rear profile. It looks a little bit short now, doesn't it? But if I put a whole separate row of these fuel canisters, that'll be too long. Alright, this is just going to have to be a slightly scrunched version of an F-18, but it's actually not looking quite as terrible as I was worried that it would. Alright, this is starting to come together. It's not quite as sleek as I might have wanted. I had to kind of play some clipping shenanigans with the structural wing attachments here. It's basically like carving straight through the center of the fuselage, but that may actually help to keep holding it together. And in an odd sort of way, it almost does harken to the F-18's design, because now it almost does look like there should be a hinge there, because those would be the wingtips that would fold up on a carrier, so not bad. Good enough for government work. Plus, I've also now got the lower tail stabilizers here. I don't think they're at quite a perfect angle, but I think I'm going to keep them a little bit high, just so that we've got ground clearance for actually making it down the runway. So now, I think it's just time to add, I think, some reinforcing struts back here just to hold this thing together a little bit better. Throw some wheels on there and see if she flies. There we go. That is an F-18 in Kerbal Space Program if ever I saw one. That would make my grandfather proud. My grandpa served on the USS Midway in the Navy back during the Cold War, so he actually probably would be proud to see that I was making a carrier fighter first in this entire series. Oh, by the way, I came up with a little idea. It serves no flight function, but only serves to help the replication of a fighter a little bit. I installed small hardpoints onto the undersides of the wings to replicate where weapon pods and missiles would actually be attached. Obviously there are none in this game, and I can't really jury-rig even little, like, gas-propelled things to approximate them, but I've at least got those there for the sake of appearances. So, we'll just call this, what should we call it? It's not an F-18, no. This is a K-18. Yes! I think we know what my fighter series is going to be called. Alright, save it, and let's launch. I want to know if this thing flies. I'm really excited now. Alright, Bill, are you ready? We are going to put this thing through its paces. Ignition! Okay, that wasn't very dramatic, but we have ignition, and we're not falling over. I hope that those landing gears aren't too narrow. Alright, I'm just gonna start leaning back on the stick. Hopefully get into the air. Oh, I hope I'm not too heavy. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I'm really heavy. Oh, it's not wanting to lift. Oh, there we go! Yes! Alright! Alright, let's bring the gears up. There we go. SAS on. Ha ha ha! Alright. Well, I would say that that is a far from perfect but acceptable recreation of an F-18 fighting Hornet. Why do I keep wanting to say fighting? Super Hornets in Kerbal Space Program. By the way, I even added the little cockpit ladders, which a lot of fighters have, because how the hell else are you going to get into them? So, if you guys have any suggestions for how I can improve this airframe, or have any requests for others that you would like me to build, send them my way, please, because I want some ideas for what to build. Oh wow, this thing is incredibly maneuverable. Like, it's got tight handling. It's not feeling like it's sliding through the air. Like, it stops turning right when I let go of the key. That's nice. This thing handles really well. Okay. What do you think? Should we try landing it again? Because we can't land it very well on land. I mean, the F-18, or rather, I'm sorry, the K-18, is supposed to be a carrier-based aircraft. So instead of landing on land, we are going to instead go for the next best thing. We're going to go and we're going to land on this little thing out here in the water. It just happens to be an island, not a ship. I haven't built a ship yet. Can you build ships in this game? I don't think you can, because basically whenever any of the Kerbal parts touch water, they just disintegrate. I hope one day, either through mods or through an official update, We could build waterborne craft in this game. That would be really, really cool. And make, like, sci-fi submarines that can launch items into space from underwater. How awesome would that be? Alright, we're gonna flap over to try and line up a proper landing approach, and we're gonna try to also not be going at 200 and some odd meters a second when we make contact with the ground this time. Oh man, oh. One of the other challenges that I had an idea for before I even started this series that I eventually want to turn into an episode is, rather than the land speed challenge, I want to make a G-force challenge. I want to build something with which I can just throw my Kerbals into blood loss blackouts in a couple of seconds. I don't think I can make one of those spinny aroundy, I forget what they're called, but the G-force test things that we've all seen from a half dozen different movies. But I want to try and make something that I can somehow impart a lot of G-force with. That's enough about that. Now it's time to focus. We have to try and set this thing down and not kill poor Bill. Because look at Bill! He's usually so nervous and cautious. He's the voice of reason. Well, he did look happy there for a second until he realized how close to the ground that I was getting. Bill, I know this went bad last time. I know. See, look, now he's happy. He's like, yeah, this is gonna go better. I've got hope. Isn't Bill naive? Okay, alright. This is actually good. This is not good. This is not good. We are gonna run out of runway so fast. We're on the ground. I landed it. Oh, shit. No. Okay, never mind. We're gonna touch and go. We are gonna touch and go. Light the engines back up before I lose all of my speed. Okay, look at the wheels. The wheels are still turning. That's a nice touch. Physics. Okay, well, we did a touch and go in Kerbal Space Program, and no one died. Aren't you happy, Bill? Why do you look so worried? We're going away from the ground now. Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. Don't be that guy. Okay, so I think that's gonna call it for this episode of Kerbal Space Program. I had a lot of fun with this one. This is a nice, concise way to keep an episode on theme for this game. So, be it aircraft, space planes, rockets even, if you guys want me to try my hand at actually recreating some of, like, the Apollo rockets, let me know. Hit me with those requests, because that's what I think I really want to make my shtick with this game, because I'm just not a math person. I needed extensive, and I mean extensive tutoring to make it through even basic college algebra. I passed, but it was with 67. And thankfully, Texas State University recognizes that as an acceptable end grade for an English major, because we don't need numbers good. We work with letters. Not letters with numbers, letters with themselves in the recreation of... Like, I could quote Chaucer at you guys all day, but throw letters in there with numbers? Not so much for me. And it's the letters with numbers that factors in, even with a lot of the models and the projections, and this doing a lot of the calculation for you when you start to get into, you know, space maneuvers and how long you need to burn to get into this orbit and then to get to... All of that well beyond me. I will need extensive tutorials to start really doing spacefaring in this game. One day I hope to get there. This may well be my incentive to get better at math. But until I'm there, I think it's going to be airplane building for me with, you know, small, short range, maybe going to the moon sorts of rocket building. By the way, quick note, a little off topic, but relevant. The reason I keep saying to the moon is because this is Kerbal, not the Earth with the solar system. They don't have the moon. They've got the moon with the U with the two dots over it, so I'm not entirely sure how that's supposed to be pronounced. I'm just gonna call it moon. I don't even care if you guys correct me. It's fun to say moon. Try it. No, seriously, try it. I'll wait. See, wasn't that fun? See, look, that guy back there, he didn't try it. That guy? Nobody likes that guy. He's the no fun police. Don't hang out with that guy. So, anyway, hit me with your suggestions and or requests for what I should be building in this game. And my engines are about to cut out because I'm at like 12,000 feet and I can hear them getting weaker. Yeah, not gonna go so well. Sorry, Bill! Oh, look, Bill knows what's going on. Look at poor Bill. He is freaking out. Bill is about to lose his little Kerbal shit. What does Bill see? We're not gonna click EVA this time. This time. Bill, what are you so worried about? I mean, it's not like you can see the very... Oh, that sounds unsettling. You can't just see the very atmosphere stripping away at the sides of your windows, looking at your eventual destination. It's inevitable, people. Come on, this is me. What are you scared of, Bill? It's nothing but the blackness between the stars where the old ones lurk. You have little faith. Oh, that sounds scary. I was about to wrap the episode, but... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we lost an engine. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Nope, we're not gonna death roll. Oh, God, we're gonna death roll. There's nothing I can do about it now. Bill? Bill. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, she's backfiring. Uh-oh. Oh, that sound. That is a disconcerting sound. Oh, Bill, I'm so sorry, man. What do you see? What do you... Yeah, I'd be freaking out, too. Oh, no. Oh, no. I am so sorry to those of you who might get motion sick. Oh, yeah, that cockpit is gonna get really messy really quick. Uh-oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, the engine's lighting back up. Oh, we're only at 12,000. Can I save it? Can I save it? Oh, almost. Almost. Oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, yes. Haha, yeah. All right. We saved poor Bill Kerman's life. This time. I just had an idea. Because part of the profile of watching that thing careening through the air, for some reason reminded me of an old cartoon series that featured very experimental aircraft. Some of you are about to experience a serious pang of nostalgia, and those of you who don't, you're making me feel old, so don't tell me. SWAT Cats. Oh yes, yes, I have to make the SWAT Cats F-14. It's got like 3 engines, but it's awesome. That thing was made of pure awesome. Now I have to make it. Perhaps not in the next episode, because I'm not sure if I'm good enough for that yet, but soon. Soon. So thank you all for joining me for this episode of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. I am Mr. Black here at Last Level Press, and as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed. Bill, what are you worried about? I mean, it's not like you're halfway out of fuel, lost in the middle of the ocean. This is gonna go great for you, Bill. We're gonna set down on that little island. Yeah. You see, Bill? That's where you're going. No, Bill, no. This is not how Lost started. Bill watches too much TV, you guys. Bill, there's no response from the tower. We're gonna have to do it manually. We are on approach. Now, you see, Bill, some people would take a view like this for granted. But that's why I like you. You're not like Jebediah. He's just all about the flights and the being a daredevil. You, Bill, see, look at you. You're smiling. You can take in the little things in life. The greenery, the nice rolling hills. No, Bill, it's okay. You'll be able to set down on one of these. What are you worried about? See, there we go. You're a little crooked. It's true, but, we haven't had worse, but, you know, I have faith. Yeah, there we go. And you were worried. See, you guys were expecting for there to be a beach right there when I scrolled out. Nope, I actually managed to set it down. Oh, this is a good post-credits special. Even Bill is happy. Look at him. He realized he's going to live. Okay. Well, helicopters will be around to pick you up in a few weeks, Bill. Might want to start making a campfire now.